Hi there everybody. Today I'm going to be doing a bit of a session on water and hydration and the reasons why you need to stay hydrated, as well as several ways of keeping up with your water intake. So I don't know if any of you know and you've seen my previous videos, but the reason I'm leaving these videos rather than writing things in a long note is I'm not a big one for writing. I'm building up my tolerance at the moment for writing lots of long text and making it interesting, but it's just not something I'm particularly passionate about. I'll just crack on from there. Hopefully that just sets the scene a little bit for you. Okay, so number one, in terms of the benefits of drinking more water. Basically, it prevents dehydration. Dehydration can actually cause unclear thinking, mood changes, good and bad mood changes, overheating, a bit of constipation and kidney stones. They're obviously things that we really don't want to kind of suffer from. I'm not sure if anybody out there has actually suffered from dehydration before and actually come across any of those things. Maybe they will just like slightly subtle in terms of the impacts of the feeling that you get through those things. And if you're dehydrated a lot of the time, then you probably feel like that just generally on a day-to-day basis. Okay, number two, it helps you maintain your body temperature. So basically, drinking nice kind of cool water or even kind of warm water helps your body kind of keep at a constant kind of body temperature. So obviously very important to do that. Even a kind of an increase of a few degrees can really make you poorly. If you kind of get up to the 40-degree mark, I think that's when you're in a whole world of pain and hallucinations kind of kicking and things like that, kind of fever state. Number three, protecting joints and organs. How I think about it is, having water in your system going through your blood and things like that, it kind of lubricates and cushions the joints, so that it kind of, can make you less sensitive to kind of movements as such. I've got a long-standing knee injury, and how my physio and my orthopedic surgeon have explained that to me in the past is just think of it as oil to the joint. When you kind of get movement in and you kind of getting the hydration in, it'll keep those joints nicely oiled so that it will move smoothly. Okay, number four, getting rid of waste. So basically, if you imagine drinking water, getting it through your body and system, it's going through and it's kind of pulling out and absorbing certain things which come out in your urine, in your sweat and in your bowel movements. So just bear that in mind. Yeah, it's a really kind of clever system that allows all the kind of crappy stuff to be kind of extracted from your body and sent out in those different ways. Okay, number five, it helps you digest food and absorb nutrients. Water's just very, very important, imperative really to those processes. Obviously, when you're putting things in your mouth and you're chewing it up and it's going through your body and it goes to your stomach and around your blood, basically it just allows to kind of absorb those things correctly and to really kind of help digestion run smoothly. You don't want things like constipation, which I know a lot of people do suffer from, and a lot of people can suffer from that due to water, lack of water, and potentially medications that they're on as well. Okay, now so number six, so improving physical performance. So even losing a small amount of water in your body can impair your physical performance. So if you're an athlete or you like to go walking every day, or just brain performance as well, having that dehydrated feeling can kind of impair all of those. So you won't be able to potentially run as quick, exercise as well as you normally would do, lift as well as you're used to. So a really important one to kind of point out there. Okay, I did refer to it earlier, but preventing constipation. I've got a smile on my face because it's not very nice, and it's just the thought of constipation. Yeah, when you can't go to the toilet and there's no movement there. So making sure you load up on those things could be great. Obviously constipation could be caused by many things, such as medication, inactivity. We all sit down probably too much in the modern world. Diet changes, any kind of shock to the system can affect your kind of bowel movements as such, and illness and stress. Illness I suppose is a form of stress on the body, but stress causes all sorts of problems and constipation can be one of those. Okay, number 8, improving the memory and mood. I mean, drinking lots of water can improve your mood. If you've got lack of water, that will potentially put you in a bad mood, make you feel low, less energy. If you've got less energy, then you kind of probably got less kind of clarity to your brain function as such. So I mean, just for that one point alone, you kind of you should increase your water intake. Okay, last couple to go. So supporting exercise performance. Referred to it before. Really important for exercising. On your exercising days, if you kind of train a few days a week, load up a little bit more on water before, during, and after the exercising period. Okay, and finally, preventing urinary tract infections. I mean, if you've had one of these in the past, then you know what I'm talking about. I mean, basically being dehydrated can increase the chances of you getting one of these infections. So yeah, let's steer well clear of things like that. Okay, so basically what can we do to increase our water intake? I mean, I've got 8 points down here that I've kind of listed. They're just little hacks and ideas of how to kind of fit these into your day. It's really important that you take away at least one of these or a handful of these and try to implement them to, really increase that water intake. So drink water with meals. Having a glass of water before, during, or after a meal, really good for the kind of absorption and keeping the kind of intestinal movements kind of moving pretty well. So just get that water at lunchtime, at your meal times. So yeah, it kind of goes hand in hand with eating basically. Try to drink water throughout the day. So yeah, coffee, teas, great to a certain extent, but you need to kind of get water. If you have to have that with a cordial, orange or blackcurrant juice or something like that, absolutely fine. Just don't overload it with regards to the kind of sugary side of those things. But yeah, just kind of, that leads me on to the next point. I mean, carry a water bottle with you pretty much everywhere you go. I started to do this about 20 years ago when I really started to get into this kind of health space, and I found that water was very important for me personally. So I used to carry a bottle of water around everywhere. When I was at work, it was sat on my desk, and when I'm at home, I had a pint of water or something kind of sat to the side. Just kind of, if you can, just sip nice and regular. You don't have to kind of be gulping things down it. So just sip through it, and you'll be surprised how much water you get through in a day. Just a little caveat to carrying the water bottle: stay well clear of plastic water bottles, even the kind of BPA free ones. If they're kind of out for a long time with water in them in warm conditions and things like that, all the kind of little plastics can kind of get into the water and therefore get into your body. And there's a whole other video that I need to be doing in the future on that. That's just not a good place to be. Okay, add flavour to your water. So I got into the habit of adding a little bit of lemon slices in there, but you can add all sorts of fruits, vegetables sliced up and put into the water just to make it more flavourable for you. I personally don't do that anymore. Apart from my morning drink, I warm water with a little bit of lemon juice in the morning. But the rest of the day I just drink water as per normal. But I have been doing this for 20 years, so I do kind of, I'm just so used to this habit now, and these are just things that you need to build into your daily habits. Okay, so eat water-rich foods, so eating fruits and vegetables, watermelon, lettuce, strawberries, tomatoes, anything that kind of squished down would end up being in some kind of water elements there. A lot of these things are really tasty, so you could actually kill two birds with one stone there. So by eating these type of things as well as drinking your water, you're getting lots of intake in there, so kind of keep that up. Okay, just be careful not to just drink water when you're thirsty. I mean, I've been thirsty a handful of times in the last 10 years. That's kind of how much I stay hydrated. I just, okay, maybe from drinking too much on the previous evening, I might be kind of feeling quite parched the following day. But outside of that, I really don't kind of get thirsty. I just kind of keep on top of my hydration. Okay, so the last couple of points there, guys. So rehydrate after sweating or being sick or vomiting. Basically, it doesn't sound a lot, but when those liquids are coming out of your body, you need to really replenish them. Appreciate if you're not very well, that's not as easy as I've made that out to be, but just try and kind of sip nice and regularly and just kind of get those liquids back in the system. If you can kind of supplement with some kind of electrolytes powder, that's even better, especially in things that, you're being sick and you're not being very well. You might be able to get them elements and minerals back into your system quite quickly. And finally, set small goals. Break up your water intake throughout the day. I mean, a good idea would be get a bottle and maybe, you know, do little lines on it. If it's a glass bottle or a glass or something, like you can think to yourself, like, every hour I need to kind of drink, you know, an inch or two of water. And that's a really good way to kind of keep on top of your challenge of getting more water in. So yeah, set little goals. Some people want to drink a pint every hour or every 2 hours and things like that. Other people just like to draw lines on the drink, or get some form of fruit that has lots of water in there. That can obviously kind of hit the spot for you. Okay, hopefully that's quite a thorough explanation on the reasons why we need to drink water and other ways of getting water into your daily intake. So hopefully that's been useful. Okay, take care, guys. Good luck with all that, and let's live to thrive.